You've heard the story that there's a Christian genocide happening in Nigeria, right? Even prominent atheist Bill Maher declared that Islamists are systematically killing Christians. But that narrative, it doesn't stand up to the facts. A recent piece from Al Jazeera calls the Christian genocide in Nigeria story what it is: propaganda. The author, senior specialist assistant to the president of Nigeria, Gimba Kikanda, emphasizes that Nigeria's violence is driven by a complex mix of terrorism, criminality, land, and resource conflict, not a state-sponsored campaign to wipe out Christians. In fact, the First Lady of Nigeria herself is a Christian and ordained pastor. Both Christians and Muslims are dying. The root problems are communal, ethnic, geographic, and not purely religious. And that distinction is important because while of course it's terrible that Christians are dying in Nigeria, to frame it as specifically Christian persecution is disingenuous. What is happening instead, armed groups, for example, Boko Haram and others, kill indiscriminately. They target farmers and exploit divisions. They aren't executing a blueprint for Christian extermination, they're killing Muslims too. Yet I haven't heard anyone talk about that side of it. Now, fast forward to Donald Trump. He's picked up this persecuted Christian narrative and used it to advance a very specific agenda. He recently threatened military action against Nigeria because of this supposed Christian persecution. However, when the people under perceived threat are white, Trump's response is different. His regime recently announced that not only are they capping the amount of refugees to a record low of 7,500 in 2026, but that these slots will mostly go to white Afrikaners who he believes are being persecuted in South Africa. They're not. Black Christians in Nigeria facing perceived persecution get their country invaded, according to Trump, but white Afrikaners get rescued and brought back to the US. Do you see the difference in how they're being treated? This is why we call it white Christian nationalism. It will always prioritize the people it sees as being truly American or Christian. The ones who don't fit that mold, well, they don't get offered a refugee slot. They get a warning that our US military might invade the country.